From the Czech Barbie Princess to the human Ken doll, today we're going to show you 10 millionaires who do crazy things to look like dolls. You probably know Ken, the boyfriend of the famous Barbie doll, but what about the Brazilian version of Ken? You probably don't know it, and I'm sure that now you're dying to see Ken from the country of the samba. However, the Brazilian Ken is not a novelty of the American toy giant. He is rather human. His name is Kelso Santabanez, and it has been said that looking like Ken has become a vacation for Kelso since his teenage years. At the age of 15, the young Kelso started to use his millions of daddy and mommy's toys to bring his transformation. At 20 years old, the Brazilian Ken has spent more than 35,000 euros in plastic surgery, touching up his chin, nose, and jaws, and injecting silicone all over his body. But even though the young man looks a lot like Ken, he still felt he was far from his goal of becoming an exact human replica of Barbie's boyfriend. You see, it's pretty amazing how rich kids spend their money on crazy things, but they also give us a good laugh in the process. However, I might disappoint you. With the Brazilian Ken, you will never see him completely transformed. Unlike Mattel's almost indestructible ethylene vinyl acetate Ken, Kelso is human. Unfortunately, leukemia has taken its toll on him and his dreams. I know, you are sad for this Ken, gone too early, but at least now you can boast of knowing the Brazilian version of this mythical doll. If you're familiar with the American reality show Botched, you know that it features victims of botched plastic surgeries looking for a way to undo the damage that was done to them. But that's not the case with Nanette Hammond, who only participated in Botched to become famous. By now, you're probably wondering, who is this Nanette Hammond? You're thinking back to the episodes you may have seen of Botched to finally put a face to the name. But I'll save you the pain. Here she is. And if this woman tells you anything, I'll tell you who she is. This unlikely looking lady is the wife of a millionaire, with whom she shares a real passion for Barbie dolls. At the beginning of their relationship, they started collecting thousands of copies of the mythical doll. But after a while, this passion became a real obsession for Nanette, who started spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to transform herself into a human Barbie doll. And at age 46 years old, this cosmetic surgery enthusiast is finally realizing her dream that cost her more than $1 million and hundreds of times under the knife. Now, you might think that she could have spent all that money in other ways, in charity work, for example, but at the same time, you feel sorry for this woman who must be suffering a lot inside to do all of these operations that make her look like a botched version of Barbie. However, it is also people like Nanette that make you appreciate the fact that you're not extremely rich. Too much money sometimes makes you crazy. This face is probably familiar to you, and that's normal since it's Rodrigo Alves, a TV star and rich Brazilian British heir. But if you are familiar with his face, it's mainly because he became known for his multiple cosmetic surgeries that earned him the nickname the Human Ken. Now you're wondering, why am I telling you about him if you know him so well? I'll give you a few seconds to guess. No, not even close. He's not dead either. Now you are almost there. Yes, he has had more surgery, not to look more like Ken, but to look more like Barbie. You didn't expect this one. Ken turned into Barbie and Rodrigo into Jedlica. After spending more than 500,000 euros, which he took from his well-stocked bank account of daddy, a real estate and business tycoon, for his 103 plastic surgery procedures to finally look like his childhood doll, Ken. Today, Jedlica, 37, aka Barbie, is rich enough to pay for her own transitional operations and transform herself into a female human doll. I know you're disappointed to have missed this amazing and unusual news, but no need to dwell on it. It's not too late to get interested in Jessica Alves on Instagram and follow all the steps of her transition and her bluffing transformation. Now here is Tara Jane, a young Australian from Melbourne. Tara is a cosmetic nurse. Her work allows her to earn a good living, but this proximity with the world of plastic surgery gives this young woman desires to go under the knife. To finance her dream, she works very hard and starts to save money. And very quickly, her dream becomes reality, since she manages to pay for a breast augmentation, then a rhinoplasty, then Botox injections, and finally, a second breast augmentation. And in the middle of all her interventions, she created an Instagram account. This one takes off quite quickly, so Tara finds herself with more than 100,000 followers who follow her physical transformation, which brings her a lot of money. Thus, the nurse who originally only wanted to be able to afford a few surgery touch-ups became a millionaire. Unfortunately, her millions have made her a plastic surgery obsessive who wants to look like a human Barbie at all costs. Result? Today she has spent nearly $200,000 in surgery and injections of all kinds. And the 32-year-old woman is already on her 5th breast augmentation. But as long as Tara's transformation brings in more money than she spends, she's not about to stop having surgery. It's a vicious circle. The man on the picture is Justin Jedlica. He is nicknamed Human Ken Doll. This 37-year-old multimillionaire, who has always claimed to be completely satisfied with his appearance, has only wanted one thing since he was young: to express his art. Although he has no particular talent, he can neither dance nor sing, let alone paint. He still manages to achieve his goal, making his entire body a work of art, at least from his point of view. And since Justin has no shortage of money, his so-called work of art has been in constant evolution since his first rhinoplasty at the age of 17. For this man whose body probably contains more Botox than blood, the first operation was a trigger of his artistic creativity, while for the common man, it was mostly a first step toward a crazy addiction to over-the-top surgeries. Today, this human Ken is proud to be the most modified man in the world, with more than 1,000 interventions and a bill that amounts to more than $1 million. However, art is subjective, so it's up to you to decide if you like this half-human, half-doll work. Now that you've seen millionaires from all over the world going crazy to look like dolls, you're probably wondering, what's going on with our rich people? Well, if you're not a fan of Cyril Hanaud's show Un Dîner Presque Parfait or Tellement Vrai, you have surely missed this nugget, who is none other than the French lookalike of Ken. As for the national Ken, Quentin Dehar, he is not a millionaire, but it is thanks to his work in a cell phone store that he could pay for his first surgical interventions to transform himself into the idol of his childhood. Very quickly, this resemblance with Ken opens the door of the world of showbiz to him, making him pass to the rank of celebrity who earns more than well his life and who leads a luxurious life. This also removes the barrier of finances in the realization of his crazy dream, since he continues his transformation into Ken with more than 50 plastic surgeries that cost more than 50,000 euro. However, I will disappoint you once again, since our Ken, unfortunately, ended his life in 2019 at the age of 26 years. Now here is Gabriela Jarikova, a 21-year-old singer and model from Prague. When she was a child, she dreamed of becoming a princess like all girls her age. But unlike children who move on as adults, Gabriela still holds on to her childhood dreams. And since she started her singing career at the age of 7, it must be said that she is largely free from want. It is thus thanks to her millions collected since her childhood that she begins her transformation in Princess Barbie. At 17 years, today at 21, she's already spent 50,000 euros for all of her cosmetic surgery procedures. With her J-cup breasts and her numerous Botox injections in her lips, jaw, and forehead, she finally gets the honorary title of Czech Barbie Princess. On social networks, Gabriela is often harassed by perverts. Some even offer to buy her as a woman doll. But these are not a few detractors who will slow down Gabriela in the realization of her dreams and pursuit of her career. This young girl with glasses and ordinary appearance is called Jessie Bunny. When she was younger, she only wanted to play with dolls and wear makeup to express her feminine side. But growing up in a very conservative German village, her parents did not allow her to express her femininity. Nevertheless, this stipulation did not last long. When she was 18, Jessie left the family cocoon to move to Vienna. There, she spent the $10,000 her parents had saved for her college education to pay for a breast augmentation. It is this operation that gives confidence to the shy girl, who turns into a very feminine bimbo, then into an influencer. However, this freedom, followed by a sudden fame, go very quickly to the head of the young girl. And the one who was destined to do great studies takes advantage of her recent assets and chooses the easy way by going through the site OnlyFans to get rich. Today, this career allows her to earn a lot of money, which she spends to continue transforming herself into a real bimbo doll. But although she has already spent $43,000 on her multiple surgeries, the most important thing is that she feels good about herself. The word bimbofication or dollification probably doesn't mean much to you, but if you want to understand what they mean, I invite you to look at this picture. I guess you don't see what I'm getting at. Yet you only have to look at Alicia Emira, this woman who has become a millionaire thanks to her job as a porn star, to understand, since she is the definition of it. Indeed, Alicia spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in plastic surgeries to look like a bimbo sex doll, hence bimbofication and dollification, in reference to doll. It's so easy that you're angry you didn't get it right the first time, but at least now you've added these words to your vocabulary, although I doubt you'll ever use them. You see these two women in the pictures. You probably wonder what they have in common. Well, the answer might surprise you, and not just a little. Although it may seem impossible, they are actually the same person. with hundreds of thousands of dollars less and 200 more cosmetic surgeries, including 4 rhinoplasties, 4 breast augmentations, 2 liposuctions, and intentionally fractured jaw to make her face smaller, and a thoracoplasty. In other words, she had 6 ribs removed. All these surgeries, which are more like torture, so that Pixie Fox, the millionaire influencer, can become the human version of cartoon person Jessica Rabbit. You all are probably thinking, what a waste. This young natural woman didn't need all of these operations. That's your point of view. But if this is the only way that Pixie feels good about herself, we can only be happy for her. That was 10 millionaires who do crazy things to look like dolls. Tell us in the comments which one amazed you the most. And if you like this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon to get all of the notifications and not miss anything from our upcoming content.